If you walk around Alabama with an ice cream cone in your back pocket, you're technically a criminal. In Connecticut, if a pickle doesn't bounce when you drop it, it is legally classified as hazardous waste. And in California, if your pet frog dies during a sports match, eating it can land you in a jail cell. To the rest of the world, American laws look like they were written by a chaotic toddler, but they weren't. Every single one of these absurd laws was passed because a regular citizen found an incredibly genius, highly illegal loophole in the system. The government didn't make these laws because they were stupid, they made them because we are devious. Let's go back to the 1800s in Alabama. Grand Theft Auto didn't exist yet, but Grand Theft Horse did. If you were caught breaking into a barn and pulling a horse out by its rope, the local sheriff would hang you from a tree. It was a high-risk job. But horse thieves noticed a fatal flaw in horse psychology.
Yeah, boy.
Horses possess a massive, uncontrollable addiction to sugar, so thieves devised the ultimate hands-free heist. They would slip a fresh scoop of ice cream into their back pocket and casually stroll past a rich farmer's pasture. The horse would catch the scent, jump the fence, and blindly follow the thief for miles just to lick his pockets. When the cops inevitably pulled the thief over, the criminal would look completely innocent and say,
"Hey officer, I didn't touch him. I'm just walking home and this random horse keeps stalking me."
Because the thief never physically touched the horse or forced it away, judges legally couldn't convict them. The state was losing thousands of horses to the dairy loophole. Their only choice? Ban pocket ice cream forever. Next stop, Connecticut, 1948. Meet Moses Dukosky and Louis Flegel. These weren't your average street thugs. They were the mastermind business partners behind a multi-million-dollar underground food cartel. Their weapon of choice? Rotten cucumbers. These two realized they could buy truckloads of decaying, chemical-infused cucumbers that honest farmers threw in the trash for pennies. They tossed them into jars, flooded them with heavy vinegar to mask the putrid smell, and sold them to grocery stores as premium pickles. They were making a fortune while low-key poisoning the state. When the food commissioner raided their warehouse, he faced a massive problem. He couldn't sit there and taste test 10,000 jars of toxic sludge to prove the fraud in court. But he discovered a biological secret. A perfectly fermented, crisp pickle traps high-pressure brine pockets inside its walls, making it elastic. If you drop a real pickle from 12 inches, it bounces like a rubber ball. The commissioner literally dropped their inventory on the floor, watched them go splat, and sent the scammers to prison. To this day, if it doesn't bounce, it's a crime. But America's most aggressively specific law belongs to California Fish and Game Code Section 6883. If a frog dies during a frog jumping tournament, you are legally forbidden from eating it. This sounds like a fever dream, but frog jumping was a deadly serious gambling sport in California. Thousands of tourists would gather, betting massive amounts of cash on which frog could jump the furthest. And where there is degenerate gambling, there is sports corruption. To secure the prize money, competitors started running underground cheating rings. They would secretly feed rival frogs heavy lead buckshot so they couldn't lift off the ground. Even worse, they started doping their own frogs, injecting them with dangerous liquid stimulants to turn them into super athletes. The problem? The performance-enhancing drugs and toxic lead kept giving the frogs massive heart attacks right at the finish line. To stop people from secretly frying up and eating these chemically poisoned frogs, or eating the body to destroy the forensic evidence of cheating before the refs could inspect it, the government passed a federal mandate. If your athlete drops dead on the field, it goes in the incinerator, not the buffet. Every single time you see an American law that makes you think, who on earth thought of this? It just means a brilliant criminal completely broke the system right before you got there. Which of these legal hustles was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below.